Hey everybody, how you guys doing today? So I just want to jump on here real quick and share something with you guys. I just got off a call a little while ago with the client in New York, and the subject of gratitude came up. Now, it's a very, very powerful tool that's available to us all. It's something we can use immediately, actually. So I just wanted to share it with you guys. I'm going to share an article that I wrote a while back, and I'm going to read it to you guys. And I want to try to put positive content out into the world because there's so much negativity out there right now. I want to try and do what I can to give back. This is not some new concept. It's been around for a while, and you probably heard it discussed in the mainstream media over time. And long-term scientific studies on the subject do seem to support gratitude's consistent effectiveness as a tool of personal transformation, right? By offering deeper clarity and contentment in your life as you actually live it. Now, the research does seem to conclusively suggest that a positive, appreciative attitude contributes to greater overall personal success in many areas, including your work, your family, your business life, whatever it is. Greatly benefits overall physical and mental health also, guys. Gratitude can also help increase peak performance in sports, and offer more enhancing in your business world or in the marketplace. It can help you anywhere. A more elevated sense of general well-being and contentment, as well as faster rates of recovery from surgery, have been proved and reported from the consistent practice of gratitude. Think about that. It helps you heal faster. But while it may be quite easy for us to acknowledge gratitude's many benefits in a casual discussion over coffee, right? It's a lot more difficult to actually sustain and implement on a consistent basis in the real world. We have all been unconsciously trained from the cradle and systematically programmed by what I call the scripters of the matrix, who control the economic power of the world and who wield vast psychological influence over general society. We're constantly encouraged by an unrelenting media system to notice what is broken in our lives, guys. What's broken? What's lacking in our lives. And now, thanks to the evolution of modern technology, this massive computer propaganda runs much deeper. And it's more widespread in our lives. We now freely carry around these high-tech devices, these phones, at all times. They're with us at all times. We are constantly, they constantly monitor every word we speak, everything we buy, everywhere we go. We're being monitored, whether you know it or not. Not a whole lot you can do about that. But the thing is, the propaganda in this philosophy, that nothing is never good enough. We always seem to need the next new thing, the next new gadget, the next new craze, whatever it is. You have to have the top of the line iPhone, fucking 16, 17, whatever. You know what I mean? There's always this thing for more and more and more. And it's like an insidious cycle of greed. It just fuels it, And all it's done is making the rich richer, and fueling the coffers of the overlords. Gratitude is an instant antidote to help us overcome this mind poisoning, I believe, But for the power of gratitude to work and its full healing potential in our lives, it certainly needs to become more than like a phrase we use, like in the States at Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? It has to become more than that. That doesn't really mean anything. What are we actually saying? We need to learn a whole new way of looking at things and develop and ingrain this new habit into our lives on a daily basis. And that can take time. It takes time to master and to implement these things. But as one of my favorite teachers and authors, Wayne Dyer, used to say, when we change the way we look at things, and the things we look at change. And that's a powerful statement. That's why practicing gratitude, on a regular basis, makes so much common sense for everybody, regardless of what your status is, your position in the world. We're all humans. We all have the same emotions and the same feelings, This is especially true now more than ever because, ever in our history, as we navigate our way through this, our collective way, through this strange and rapidly changing environment that we find ourselves living in today. Now, when we practice sincerely giving thanks for the wonderful gifts, blessings, abilities that we already possess in our lives, instead of constantly complaining about what we lack or what we perceive we lack, guys, I think is more correct. We give ourselves the chance to see more clearly our lives as a blessing and as an opportunity for personal growth and development. There was a highly learned and respected monk one time, I think it was from the Benedictine order, Dr. David, Brother David, right? And he suggested that there are two major qualities that describe the basic definition of the character of gratitude. The first quality he describes is the sense of appreciation. You must first clearly feel and recognize that something has value for you personally, and that this has nothing whatsoever to do with its monetary value, right, or its monetary worth. It's important, right? And the second quality that Brother David described is the concept that gratitude is gratis, meaning that it was freely given to us. He also said that gratefulness is the key to a happy life that we hold in our hands, and I believe that, And because if we were not grateful, then no matter how much we have, we will not be happy. You'll never be happy, because we will always want something else or something more. It's a constant, battle. Another great scholar and probably the world's leading scientific expert on gratitude was Dr. Robert Emmons. He was a PhD. And he also proposed that gratitude has two key components. He says that the first one is an affirmation of goodness. And we affirm that there are good things in the world, gifts, benefits that we've received, right? And to describe the second part of gratitude, he explains it this way. We recognize that the source of this goodness are outside of ourselves. We acknowledge that other people gave us many gifts, big and small, to help us achieve the goodness in our lives. Gary Matin once put it this way: grateful living is important in the world because in our constant pursuit for more and better, we easily lose sight of the riches that lay in front of us. Isn't that the truth? Remember that gratitude isn't always, it's not always taking a blind optimistic approach to life in which bad things are like magically forgotten about or, whitewashed over. Or ignored completely sometimes. No, that's not what I'm saying here. This is much more a matter of where we choose to put our focus and our attention on, on a daily basis in our lives. Unfortunately, the truth is that there really is so much pain and suffering and injustice, that exists in the world. But when we focus on the positive gifts and the blessings in our own lives, we gain a powerful feeling of well-being. Gratitude is a great balancing tool that can be used at any time. It's free to us at any time, guys. It's available to any of us at any moment, in any situation. And there's always many things that we can be grateful for in our life right this moment. There's things that we should be grateful for, I believe, Start with the most simple and the most beautiful of the blessings. Can you see the beauty of an intoxicating landscape? As I'm talking to you right now, I'm looking out the window at a beautiful seascape. Can you hear music? Can you hear the symphony, of life in a forest, the birds and, nature, have you the ability to hear? Can you touch the hand of your lover or your friend, Can you smell the scent of the ocean? Can you smell the scent of flowers? Can you talk with a friend? Can you move on your own, guys, under your own steam, And can you think and decide for yourself? All these are blessings, freely given to us. Now, sometimes all of these things, at the same time, imagine that, we can multitask. We can walk and talk and chew gum at the same time, But I truly believe that all these abilities are simply a miracle in their own right. Each one is. And thinking of them as such has taken me personally out of a stage of temporary depression on many occasions, in my own past. And still to this day, it's a powerful tool that I use, because sometimes I'll go off center myself, just a little bit, and then we reconnect, And also remember that when we are truly grateful for the things that we already have, more will be given to us, guys. This is the key. First, be grateful for what you have, and then you will receive more. It's just a law of the nature, you know. You know, we can receive from a great abundant universe, you know. And there are many things that we can choose to be grateful in this life, you know. We just open our minds and our hearts to see what's around us. Open to the process, and we can discover endless possibilities for us to be grateful in our daily life, which will change our whole attitude, this simple practice. You know, the beauty of nature, friends who listen to us and really, you know, hear us. We have a roof over our head, we have food to eat, you know, we have a warm house, we have a bed to sleep in. You know, imagine that, you know, some people don't have what we have. You know, we're really blessed, especially if we live in the Western world. You know, we have the ability to smell a rose, we have the ability to read a book, we have the ability to smile at another human being. You know, we have the ability to say, I love you. You know, and the air we breathe, just be grateful for that. You know, without that, we can't survive more than 3 minutes, you know. And what's on your list? You know, make a list, guys. Why not do it right now, here today, while you're just, after you listen to this, you know. Some ways to practice gratitude in your life today would be to keep you know, a simple journal in which you can list all the things for which you are truly grateful for, you know, in your life right now. You know, because the things, we all have things that we're grateful for, you know, you know what I mean? You can make a daily, a weekly, or even a monthly list. You know, gratitude frequency is always better for creating a new habit as well, you know. But just keeping that journal where you can see it, and, you know, it'll remind you to think in a grateful, you know, more often. Or put some other sign around. You could make a sign and stick it on the wall. Just write gratitude on it, you know what I mean? And it can act as a positive trigger in your life to remind you, you know, to be consistently more grateful. Anything that will remind you that's relevant to you will work, you know. And it'll help replace a negative trigger also at the same time, you know. So you're killing two birds with one shot, as they say. You know, you could, you know, just write down 3 simple things that you're truly thankful for right now. It does not matter if they're great or if they're small, you know, just 3 things. Practice gratitude around the dinner table. You know, we don't hear people giving thanks anymore. You know, I think that's an important thing. You don't have to do an elaborate prayer, but even in your own mind, just give gratitude for the food that's in front of you, you know. And make a game of finding hidden blessings in our meanings in challenging or stressful situations, you know. And there's many, 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 and anyone that's interested, I can send them further information. Just reach out via Messenger, it'll be the easiest way, you know. And just notice how gratitude is impacting your life in a positive way, you know. Write about it, sing about it, dance about it, just celebrate it in some way, you know, for the power of this thing that you have right now available to you, you know. Gratitude can help us shift our mindset into a more confident and a more positive frame of mind at any time, you know what I mean? And when it's practiced over time, it can help us overcome some of our most dominant, challenging fears, you know. As you begin to practice more gratitude in your life, you'll definitely notice an inner shift beginning to occur. And you may be delighted to discover, you know, how much more content you'll feel, how much more hopeful and peaceful you begin feeling in your daily life. You know, gratitude is a real antidote to depression. You know, it's not talked about enough, I don't believe. So the sense of fulfillment and the benefit of gratitude at work, you know, it's a powerful tool. I just wish you all the best of luck, and hopefully you'll implement this in your own lives. And we'll talk to you soon. All right, guys. Peace.